Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. This is a totally impromptu Facebook Live video. I was preparing a tutorial and using the acronym DSP, and I thought to myself, I wonder who actually knows what that even stands for. So I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Ottawa, Canada. And I do come live Fridays at 3 to showcase card ideas, crafting ideas, and feature Stampin' Up! Products. But I also just share crafting ideas and card sample ideas. But when I was writing my tutorial, I thought, I bet there's a lot of people when I write that in the tutorial that are wondering what DSP is. And DSP stands for Designer Series Paper. It's one of my favorite things about Stampin' Up! Products. I love Designer Series Paper, and I love how it coordinates with all the other products in the catalog. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite Designer Series papers, DSP, and it's not in either of the catalogs. So just as a little prelude to what I'm going to be talking about, Stampin' Up! Has their annual catalog, which is here, and it comes out in May and lasts a year. And then we have two mini catalogs. So this is the current one, September to December, and then we'll have another one January to end January, February, March, end of April. Had to do the math there. So it has more seasonal things in it, but each catalog contains Designer Series Paper, DSP. But we also have on the Stampin' Up! Online store things that are called online exclusives. These are limited time available products, and they're while quantities last. So if you see something you like, you have to grab it quickly. So what I'm going to show you is something from the online exclusives. So you would have to go to the Stampin' Up! Website to see the online exclusives. So a couple of things. Designer Series Paper comes in two sizes. This pack I'm going to show you is 6 by 6, and it also comes 12 by 12. And some people love the 6 by 6, some people love the 12 by 12. I'm not really partial. I love all of the Designer Series papers. One thing I like to do when I get my new catalog, when I just got the mini, is I'll make a little paper sampler. So I just cut a little 2 by 2 piece of each of the different Designer Series papers. And then what's beautiful about Stampin' Up! Products is they color coordinate. So I just do a little swatch of the coordinating colors, and I write them here, the name of the paper, the ordering number. Sometimes you can get a good idea what the paper looks like, but the paper I'm going to show you in a little 2 by 2 just would not do it justice. So I like to get these ready so that I can quickly find some of the papers I'm looking for, and when I find the paper, I know right away what the coordinating colors are. So that's just a little tip that I use. So the paper I'm going to show you is called One Horse Open Sleigh. It's part of a suite of products. There's a stamp, there's dies, there's all kinds of beautiful things, but I want to show you the Designer Series paper. So because, as you can see, it is illustrations, to cut it into a little 2 by 2 piece, you would have no idea what the paper looks like. Many of Stampin' Up's Designer Series papers are actually painted or drawn by a concept artist at Stampin' Up! And then they do their magic with the computer and turn it into Designer Series paper. So it's actually, this was probably painted or drawn. Some of them you can really tell, some of them are watercolor wash. So it's designed and then it's produced into paper. So let me just show you what these ones look like, and then I'll show you some cards that I've made. Just making sure I'm in the screen. So all of our Designer Series paper is two-sided. So if you don't like one side, flip it over and you might like the other. But really, who does not love this piece of Designer Series paper? So I'll show you all the front sides and then we'll flip it over to the back. So there is a cute little house, beautiful winter scenes. Another beautiful winter scene. I live in Ottawa, Canada, so we have winter for quite a long time. And who would not want to go to that little cabin in the woods? I would. And here's an interesting perspective piece. Another wintry scene. Frozen lake is what I call it. We live on a street named after deer, so we have deer in our backyard all the time. They're not so fun in the summer when they eat all my flowers, but they're still kind of cute. Then another winter scene. Cute little fence. And then an adorable fox in a little blizzard, which we get a lot of where I live. And then just a winter scene. I am missing one sheet from this pack, so I obviously used it all up. And now I'll flip it over, and I'm just going to quickly show you the back. Typically, if one side is more of a scene or a pattern, the other side is more, I want to say plain, so that you can use it for different things. This one, we've got some designs, we've got some wood grains, a beautiful color palette, so that we can use many different colors with this paper. So that's the backs of the paper. And then when you get your paper pack, I always save this because it tells you all the colors that coordinate with this paper. Stampin' Up! Is amazing at color coordination. Okay, now let me show you some cards because I know you're dying to see them. So I'm going to show you all of these cards were made with this paper. And the beautiful thing about this designer series paper is the paper does all the work. Really, you just need to add a sentiment and you're good to go. Here's a cute one using the trees, and I've added a die cut of the deer. The little sentiment is actually cut out of the designer series paper as well. Here's one using the trucking along, and that little house I showed you right at the beginning. I actually put some Wink of Stella on there, added my little truck, and we're good to go. Here's another one with the truck, and one of the designs is just all the forest trees. I love that. Again with the truck and the punch, a little bit of twine, the tag punch. Here's that one that had the fence, so I've cut it, and then I've added the truck and I've added the deer. Sometimes I don't add sentiments because you could use this for a birthday card, a Christmas card, a thinking of you, hope you're getting well, hope you're feeling better card. So if you just leave it blank and add your sentiment after, that sometimes is nice too. Here's some fun folds. I do have a Facebook video and a YouTube video showing how to put these together. Here's another one. So pretty. Here's a different fun fold, again using the same using the paper, two different sheets. So there you have the whole scene, and then you can write your message here. Another cute fun fold. No sentiment, but you could easily stamp something or add it when I've decided who I want to send this card to. The 3-panel card. Nice quick way to use up your designer series paper. Here's another one. So you can see the two cards, how different they look just by the sheet of designer series paper that you've chosen to use. I think these ones are my favorite. A really quick and easy fun fold where you're using actually most of the paper because each of them are 2-inch panels and it's 6 by 6. So you've cut it down to 5.5, and then when you open it up, you kind of get an idea of what the whole scene looks like. And then I've added a little tree. Here's another one, same 3 panels. I've added a deer. I do love a deer. And here is the one with the little fox. So just the designer series paper, and because I had a little strip, 2-inch strip on the edge, I was able to die cut this little piece for the sentiment. And there we have the same card layout, but the 2 different papers. I've also added the snowflake embellishments, which are part of that suite. So I hope you understand now when in a post or a tutorial it says DSP, you will know that that means designer series paper. and Stampin' Up! Has some of the most beautiful designer series paper I've ever seen. Thanks for joining me. I'll be live again on Friday at 3. Hope to see you then.